Uh-oh. New holes in Loretta Lynch's story on Hillary's email investigation could present major legal problems. Former Attorney General Loretta Lynch is denying allegations. She assured the Clinton camp that the FBI's email probe would not go too far. This directly contradicts Comey's claim that Lynch did interfere with the 2016 presidential election by assuring Hillary's camp that the probe would be halted. Fired FBI Director James Comey had a second meeting with the former Attorney General Loretta Lynch, where he confronted her about her election interference. During the conversation, Comey told lawmakers he confronted Lynch with a highly sensitive piece of evidence, a communication between two political figures that suggested Lynch had agreed to put the kibosh on any prosecution of Clinton, Circa News reported. Fox News reports former Attorney General Loretta Lynch is denying allegations. She assured the Clinton campaign that the FBI's email server investigation would not go too far. Yeah, what do you expect, right? The Senate Judiciary Committee is investigating a document which alleges Lynch contacted Amanda Renteria, a Clinton campaign operative. To the best of her knowledge and recollection, neither Ms. Lynch nor any representative of the Office of the Attorney General discussed the Clinton email investigation with Ms. Renteria, Representative Wasserman Schultz, or her staff, or any DNC official Lynch's spokesman countered. In testimony before a House committee last year, Lynch stated she had not spoken to any members of the campaign or anyone affiliated with the campaign during the investigation. Lynch is expected to be called before the Senate panel to testify on the matter. Paul Sperry of the New York Post reports the committee also wants to know if Lynch or any of her aides were in contact with former DNC chief Debbie Wasserman Schultz regarding the Clinton email investigation, according to a 3-page list of questions that Senate Judiciary Chairman Chuck Grassley and ranking Democrat Dianne Feinstein recently sent to Lynch at her New York apartment. Senate investigators have combed through a transcript of Lynch's testimony before the House Judiciary Committee in July 2016. In retrospect, several of her statements strain credulity, but one in particular stands out and could present legal problems for Lynch. The committee, however, now knows of a document obtained by the FBI reportedly showing a Democratic operative's claim that Lynch had privately assured Renteria that the Justice Department would not push too deeply into the investigation of Clinton's private email server, which contained top-secret information from the State Department. New York Post: new holes in Loretta Lynch's story on the Hillary probe.
Meanwhile, here in the United States, there is another big headline this morning. Former Obama Attorney General Loretta Lynch denying reports that she ever gave assurances to the Clinton campaign that the email investigation would not dig too deeply. In a letter to the Judiciary Committee, a spokesman saying, quote, "To the best of her knowledge and recollection, neither Ms. Lynch nor any representative of the Office of the Attorney General discussed the Clinton email investigation with Amanda Renteria, Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz, or her staff, or any DNC official." Juan Williams, Fox News political analyst and author of the book We the People. Mercedes Schlapp, former media spokeswoman for President George W. Bush, Fox News contributor. Great to see you both, as always. Mercedes, ladies first here. Is there a danger in such a Sherman-esque statement?
Well, first of all, I think that the Democrats have focused for so long on the Russian meddling that now what we're seeing is one of their own, Loretta Lynch, could have possibly been meddling in this election or been meddling in this investigation. You've seen Democrats coming out, like Congressman Adam Schiff, basically saying that he's queasy about the potential meetings that could have occurred or conversations that could have occurred between Loretta Lynch and a DNC operative or a campaign official. Now, of course, you know, Loretta Lynch had testified in front of the House Judiciary Committee where she basically said she never spoke to anyone on the campaign or affiliated to the campaign. Well, guess what? She met with Bill Clinton, who was a very active member of the Clinton campaign. These are troubling questions. These are also, as well as potential legal problems that Loretta Lynch could face.
Well, you point out that testimony to the House. She also said that she couldn't remember 74 separate times when asked various questions. The New York Post won writing this: since her lawyers is on record saying Lynch will fully cooperate in the Senate investigation, she'll have a hard time pleading the Fifth in hearings, but that doesn't mean she won't try to stonewall. Is this as big of a deal as Mercedes points out?
No, this is what they call it these days, nothing burgers. You know, it's so interesting to me. Here you have a situation in which Loretta Lynch, through her lawyer, makes a flat-out denial that she had any communication with this woman to suggest that somehow the Clinton investigation would come to nothing. And then later, we understand that this is based on a Russian memo that was obtained by the FBI and later found to be false. The FBI said it was wrong, but nonetheless, it influenced the election because Jim Comey, having seen the memo, thought he should take control and announce himself, instead of going through the FBI, through the Justice Department and Lynch, that there was no basis for a criminal investigation or prosecution, I should say, of Hillary Clinton. And now you have Loretta Lynch saying, absolutely, I'm going to cooperate with the Senate Judiciary Committee, I'll cooperate with everybody, and I have no relationship with this woman, never happened.
Mercedes, why make this statement if it's not true?
Well, that's the question that needs to be answered in the Senate Judiciary Committee testimony. I think that that's going to be very critical for Loretta Lynch to clear the air on this situation. I think that it does raise the question, though, as, for example, why didn't Loretta Lynch recuse herself after she had that from the email investigation following the meeting that she had with Hillary Clinton's husband, with Bill Clinton? Secondly, remember that it was FBI James Comey who came out in his testimony basically saying that it was Loretta Lynch who wanted to not call it an investigation, but call it a matter. So, look, it's these Democrats as well who are part of, Senator, Republicans, both coming out basically saying, we got to ask these questions. This is concerning, and she's going to need to have to respond to these situations and these documents that have come out. But I think that it does raise the bigger question from Comey, basically saying why she wanted to downgrade, not call the Hillary investigation an investigation, but rather a matter.
Juan, to Mercedes' point, if you read this statement and you really sort of take it apart, nor any representative of the Office of Attorney General discussed the Clinton email investigation. That leaves open a lot of other things to discuss with Bill Clinton on the tarmac. It leaves open the issue of discussing with James Comey whether or not to call it an investigation or a matter. Do the spoils go the victors, or the victors go the spoils, in the sense of the Senate now has the ability to really put a lot of pressure on Loretta Lynch here.
Sure, but what she did was to say that she not only did she say that this memo is totally fake, that this Russian thing is fake news, made up, and it nonetheless impacted Jim Comey and the FBI investigation, but she has said repeatedly she didn't have any discussion with President Clinton on the plane about the investigation.
But she didn't allow cameras to be there. It was a secret meeting. Come on, Ron. It was an inappropriate meeting at the time when Loretta Lynch is investigating Hillary Clinton. She had no business talking to Bill Clinton at the time on her private plane. It should never have happened.
Mercedes, let me just finish. I just wanted to say that she didn't plan this meeting. It's no secret meeting. Again, this is kind of hyperbolic language. It was a meeting that Bill Clinton walked onto her plane when he realized her plane was there.
All right, Juan, I never like to cut you off, you know that, but I'm being told to by other people.
Why do they cut it like that? Let us know what you think in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.